Hello, children. Today we start the long awaited lesson number 5, which is getting around. Lesson is getting around. We are going to talk about getting to school, read about road safety, design a sign, talk about cities and give directions, write a description of a famous person, and read a short story. So let's first of all talk about it. Which types of transport in the picture do you see regularly? Which places do you go to? Which of these types of transport have you used? Which did you like best? Have you ever traveled through a bus or a, this is a metro service, and sometimes they call it tram also. And this is a train, very beautiful train. And this is a cycle rickshaw, and this is a steamer boat. And this is a car. And what is this? This is a motorbike. And then is a rickshaw, very famous rickshaws. Okay? So, uh, you must have traveled through so many means. What do you think? Bus is good, or this tram is good, or train, or cycle rickshaw, steamer, motorbike, car, and rickshaw? Wow! How do you travel to your school? Some of you will be traveling on car, then some of you will be traveling through your bicycles, and then some through the motorbikes, and some you must be using the Suzukis, and some must be using the lorries. So these all are different things we travel. We travel on these different things, okay? Now just listen. Listen to some children talking about how they get to the school every day. Match the speaker and the picture. Say, Ali says that I go to school by a bus. By a bus. Then Rahman says that I go to school by the metro. And yet another voice gets up and says that I go on a train. And some people even may go through the cycle rickshaw. In India, the cycle rickshaws are very common. So people do go to school. Look at this student. He is traveling through the cycle rickshaw. And in some of the countries like Indonesia and Philippines, the students, they have to go to schools through these steamers or the launches. And then there some children, they travel on a motorbike. You see, this is fun. Then they go on. Some people, they travel by them. Some students, they go to school or somewhere else through car, and some go on rickshaw. Rickshaw is also fun, you see. So let's talk, how do you get to school? Describe one good point and one bad point about your journey. I cycle to school. Now we are talking about one boy or a girl who goes to school by bicycle, right? I like it because it is fun. It is fun. He or she says that I like bicycle because it is fun. You can stop anywhere, you can roam around, and you have very good and calm way of traveling, which is at your discretion, that whenever you want to stop, you can stop. Whenever you want to start, you can start. Huh? And you look around, see so many things. And then the next is, the only problem is that sometimes I get tired. Yes, some of you may get tired. If they do so much of cycling, they get tired sometimes. But most of the time it is fun to travel by bicycle. Okay? Now let's go to the second page. Here we'll be reading a passage, right? But this is very small, so let's enlarge it, right? And we'll divide this page into two parts. One will be this part and other will be this part, okay? So yes, now we go. All over the world, children travel to school in lots of different ways. But for some children in the Gilgit-Baltistan region of Pakistan, there is only one way they can get to school: an exciting walk on the Danyar suspension bridge. Every morning they take the walk across the rushing river. Rushing river, what do you understand by rushing river? It's a very fast moving river, right? And help each other to get safely to other side. They move carefully across the wooden slates and hold on to the ropes on either side of the 150 meters. If the wind comes from the valley, the bridge swings from side to side. The children make the journey every day. They still get nervous every time they walk over the huge river, but they are excited to get to school. Okay, now we'll read it again. All over the world, children travel to school in lots of different ways. As you know कि तमाम दुनिया में बच्चे मुख्तलिफ तरीक़ों से स्कूल में जाते हैं. But some of the children in Gilgit-Baltistan region of Pakistan, there is only one way they can go to school. मगर कुछ बच्चे जो कि गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में रहते हैं, उनके पास एक ही नज़रिया है स्कूल जाने का. An exciting walk on the दनियार सस्पेंशन ब्रिज. ये दनियार सस्पेंशन ब्रिज है, ये इसके ऊपर से वो ट्रैवल करके जाते हैं. एवरी मॉर्निंग दे टेक द वॉक अक्रॉस द रशिंग रिवर एंड हेल्प ईच अदर गेट सेफली टू द अदर साइड. हर रोज वो सवेरे पैदल चलते हुए जो है ना, ये जो बहुत तेज़ व तुंद दरिया है, रशिंग रिवर जिसको बोलते हैं इंग्लिश में, एक दूसरे की मदद के साथ एक साइड से दूसरी साइड पे बड़ी हिफाजत से पहुंच जाते हैं. दे मूव केयरफुली अक्रॉस द वुडन स्लेट्स एंड होल्ड ऑन टू रोप्स ऑन ईच साइड ऑफ 150 मीटर. ये 150 मीटर लंबा जो ब्रिज है, इसमें क्या करते हैं, वो आस्ता आस्ता चलते हैं. वो लकड़ी की प्लेटें हैं और उसके साइडों पे रोप्स बंधे हुए हैं. रोप को पकड़ के वो स्लेट्स के ऊपर चलते हुए जाते हैं. दे मूव केयरफुली अक्रॉस द वुडन स्लेट्स एंड होल्ड ऑन टू द रोप्स ऑन ईदर साइड ऑफ द 150 मीटर्स. इफ द विंड कम्स फ्रॉम द वैली, अगर वादी की तरफ से हवा आ जाए तो द ब्रिज स्विंग्स फ्रॉम साइड टू साइड. तो ब्रिज जो है वो ऐसे झटके खाने लग जाता है, मूव करने हिलने लग जाता है, साइडों दोनों साइडों पे हिलने लग जाता है. द चिल्ड्रन मेक द जर्नी एवरी डे. बच्चे ये सफ़र रोज़ाना काटते हैं, ठीक है. दे स्टिल गेट नर्वस एवरी टाइम दे वॉक ओवर द ह्यूज रिवर, बट दे आर एक्साइटेड टू गेट टू द स्कूल. वो हर दफ़ा बेचारे जब भी ब्रिज को क्रॉस कर रहे होते हैं ना, वो थोड़ा सा नर्वस से हो जाते हैं, परेशान से हो जाते हैं जब ब्रिज हिलता है, मगर उनको स्कूल जाने की खुशी होती है, इसलिए वो चले जाते हैं उस पे से. दे स्टिल गेट नर्वस एवरी टाइम दे वॉक ओवर द ह्यूज रिवर, बट दे आर एक्साइटेड टू गेट टू द स्कूल. सो सिंस दे like to go to school and they are very excited to go to school, that is why they cross the bridge every day. Although they get sometimes nervous, but they still get walk over the huge river and go to the school. So this is 3 cheers for these brave children that they have to go to school through this suspension river, and they are so fond of going to school and they love their school so much that they even cross this bridge every day. Okay, हमने पहले मोड्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट बहुत सारे किए हैं, तो ये एक पैदल ट्रांसपोर्ट का गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के लोगों का बेचारों का बड़ा मुश्किल सा रास्ता है, इसके बारे में हमने पढ़ा है. ओके, अब नाउ वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस पैसेज जो हमने पढ़ा है, इसके बारे में हम कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं जो आगे हम पढ़ेंगे, राइट. सो वी गो ओवर टू द नेक्स्ट. Okay, now we go over to your next exercise or the questions part of this passage, that we'll have certain questions given from this passage और हम उनका जवाब देंगे, right? So first question is, what is the bridge made of? भाई ये ब्रिज किस चीज का बना हुआ है? What is this bridge made of? Right? आपको याद है what is this bridge made of? Yes, this bridge is made of rope and wooden slates. Right? Wooden slates. What are wooden slates? These are pieces of wood, right? Flat wood, and they are, once rope is laid down, then the slates are put on that, and then we tie the slates with the rope, and then this bridge is made with this way, right? How long is the bridge? कितना लंबा है ब्रिज ये? आपने पढ़ा है इसमें से? Yes, it is given. Yes, it is 150 meter long. What happens when the wind comes from the valley? What happens? जब वैली की तरफ से हवा आती है तो क्या होता है भाई? When the valley winds come, the bridge swings from side to side. अब क्या है जी? How do the children feel when they are traveling across the bridge? इसमें लिखा हुआ है ना, बेचारे हर दफा ट्रैवल करते हुए परेशान हो जाते हैं, बट दे आर एक्साइटेड सो दे कैन क्रॉस. सो व्हाट इज द रिप्लाई टू दिस क्वेश्चन? दे गेट नर्वस एवरी टाइम while crossing the river. Okay, good. Now next question is word study. Use of get. Now there is a different word get. You have read this in this passage. They still get nervous every time. Get, here the meanings of get are travel. They still get nervous while they are traveling. Here the connotation of get is traveling. It often gets really crowded. Get is a change in something or someone. यानी get के बहुत सारे मैनों में इस्तेमाल होता है. तो मुझे है ना get कभी कई दफ़ा होता है, we get going, get out, get in, get up, right? मगर इस पैसेज में भी कई दफ़ा get का यूज़ किया हुआ है. जैसे find other phrases with get in the text, right? इसमें 2 दफ़ा और भी किया हुआ है. मैं अभी आपको बताता हूँ, एंड यू मस्ट फाइंड आउट टेक्स्ट में जाकर उसको अंडरलाइन करना है, राइट? देयर आर 2 टाइम्स एक्सेप्ट फॉर दिस get nervous, and 2 more times the get has been used. One is get to and get safely. First it was written that they use the bridge to get to the school, and then they once it was written then how they cross it, the sentence uses this word get safely. Okay, so 2 times it has been written, and you must go and underline these 2 words in your passage. Okay, next is, our school is on a main road in the town center. It's really busy with lots of cars, lorries, and buses. When I ride my bike, I always wear a helmet. You see, she is cycling, but she is putting on a helmet. This is what is a safety. This is what is the safety. You must use this safety thing while you are using your bicycle. Okay? The next thing is, in the winter here, it gets dark really early. When I walk home from school, I always wear reflective armbands to drivers, so drivers can see me clearly. You see, this boy is putting on an armband. What is this? This is armband is a thing which reflects whenever some light hits it, it reflects. So whenever you are walking at night, you're going out and you're walking, you must put on these arm belts so that people coming in the cars from behind you or in front of you, they can see you very easily. So this is also a safety measure. Okay. Next, I know that you mustn't go near big lorries, even if they are not moving. The drivers often can't see things that are very near. That means they could reverse it into you if you are standing too near. यानी ये लॉरीज जो होती हैं, you should not go near them because the driver is sitting on a height and he cannot see you very clearly. Sometimes they reverse it, and if you are standing on the back side, you may get hurt, right? So you mustn't go to the lorries. uh, I know that you mustn't go near big lorries even if they are not moving. The drivers often can't see things that are very near. That means they could reverse it to you if you are standing too near. So, for example, you are standing here. This man, he cannot see from the back view mirror, and he tries to reverse, and then you may get hurt. So you must not, never stand behind a lorry. Okay. Next is, you should always use pedestrians crossing to cross busy roads. If I can't find a pedestrian crossing, I find a quiet place to cross the road, away from corners and parked cars. So this is these white lines, these zebra crossing lines, these are known as pedestrian crossings. Pedestrian means पैदल चलने वाले. इन ये क्रॉसिंग्स जो होती हैं, दे आर नोन एज पेडेस्ट्रियंस क्रॉसिंग. पेडेस्ट्रियंस क्रॉसिंग का मतलब होता है पैदल चलने वालों के लिए जो क्रॉस करने की जगह होती है. You should always use pedestrians crossing to cross busy road. If I can't find a pedestrian crossing, I find a quiet place to cross the road. अगर आपको पेडेस्ट्रियन क्रॉसिंग की सड़क पे ना नजर आए और आपको रोड क्रॉस करना हो, तो फिर क्या करना है आपने? यू शुड फाइंड अ क्वाइट प्लेस जहाँ पर कोई भी लेफ्ट राइट पे कोई गाड़ी ना गुजर रही हो, वहाँ से क्रॉस करना चाहिए. बट इट शुड बी अवे फ्रॉम दी कॉर्नर्स, एंड पार्क कार्स के पीछे से एकदम बाहर निकल के नहीं आ जाना. सो यू मे गेट हर्ट. But you must always try to look for these zebra crossings like these good children are doing. Okay. The next is, our mom always tells us to wear seat belts in the car, but my little brother hates wearing his seat belt, and sometimes he tries to take it off. If he undoes his seat belt, my mom stops the car and makes him put it on again. So once you are sitting in the car, you must have your seat belt on, right? So that is why this girl is telling that our mom always tells us to wear seat belts in the car, but my little brother hates wearing his seat belt, and sometimes he tries to take it off. If he undoes its seat belt का मतलब क्या होता है? सीट बेल्ट उतार देना. My mom stops the car. मम्मी जो है गाड़ी रोक लेती हैं and makes him put it on again. और उसको कहती हैं भी दोबारा सीट बेल्ट लगा लो अपनी. Okay, this is also a safety measure. Okay, friends, now the next question is, read again and complete the table in your notebook. This is a table given which says, the two columns says, first column is what keeps you safe, and second column is when. What keeps you safe and when? For example, a helmet keeps you safe when you ride a bike. Okay, now let's guess what next. An armband. When does the armband keeps you safe? While walking on the road in the dark. Once you are walking on the road in the dark, you must put on the armband so that the vehicles coming from backside on the front, they can see the reflection of your armband and you can be safe. Okay. Next is, what keeps you safe away from big lorries? When the lorries are parked. See, we read that even when the big lorries are parked, you must not go to them near them, because the driver seat is quite high, so you may get injured because driver cannot see you. The next is pedestrian crossing. Pedestrian crossing. And then is while crossing the road. Pedestrian crossing, you must use the pedestrian crossing while crossing the road. And there was another thing also, that if you don't have a pedestrian crossing, then you must go to a quiet place, which is not near the corners or in the near the parked cars, and from there you can cross the road. Okay. Next is seat belt. What keeps you safe? Seat belt when? While traveling by car. Okay. So now with this we have completed these 3 questions. Okay. Now in the next lecture we will do the rest of the exercise. आई होप आप लोगों को हमारा लेक्चर पसंद आया है। अगर आप लोग हम पसंद कर रहे हैं तो हमें लाइक के बटन नज़र नहीं आते, लाइक के बटन नज़र आएंगे तो हम ज़्यादा खुश हुआ करेंगे, आपकी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आपकी वीडियोस अपलोड किया करेंगे। आपको अगर पसंद आता है हमारा जो है तो सब्सक्राइब भी किया करें अगर नहीं किया हुआ, और अपने दोस्तों को भी बताया करें, सो दैट उनको भी फ़ायदा हो और हमें भी सवाब मिले। अल्लाह हाफिज़।